if I faced any racism today, I'd walk away from them. So you don't.
Islam is not compatible with the views of a Christian country like Britain, and basically has no place in it.
You're not racist?
Well, of course I'm actually racist, because I always turn up to these guys, and I'll get down Luton with all the other lads. So I can't be 100%, because I'll be a fucking hypocrite, wouldn't I?
So you say you're a moderate Muslim?
Moderate Muslim.
You're a moderate
but
Muslim.
I'm not a religious person, I'm not practicing.
So what I put
hang on, let me just clear this up.
Yeah.
You and you, you're saying exactly the same thing, are you not? You're not saying different things.
You're against Muslim extremists.
Yeah, I should
You're against this country getting bombed.
Yeah.
Yes. So, man.
Yeah. Well, what are you doing
Islam
about
is
it?
a peace-loving...
Why will he get attacked if he stands next to you?
Well, I'll put this to you. If you say you're a moderate Muslim, what is the moderate Muslim doing about Muslim extremists in their midst, in their communities, in their mosques?
Nothing.
Moderate Islam does not exist. Moderate Islam is those in Islam who appease the message of Islam.
Well, that's a different thing.
Right. But see, there's a lot of Muslims who tend to be extremists, yeah?
Yeah.
But I'm not on their side.
Okay.
So I'm against that. So see the Muslims that would come out to oppose today,
Yes.
I'm not on their side. They're extremists. I'm against that. I'm against the 7-7. I'm for peace. But you got to remember, the majority of Muslims are okay. They're moderate.
Oh, I don't think we're saying anything of that, guys.
The majority of Muslims are too scared, surely,
They do nothing.
to oppose
What?
the minority of Muslims who are extreme.
What are they telling Al Qaeda? Why are the Muslim community in Britain manufacturing fuses and shipping them out to Afghanistan to the roadside bombs to destroy the British? Why are they found to be conversing in the radio signals?
That's a minority.
And
That's
the point is they represent yourself as a community in Britain. So basically, Islam is the enemy within Britain, on Britain's own streets, in Britain's own communities.
This man's a member of the English Defence League.
Perpetuated
But that's Islamic
by the network
extremists.
of mosques.
This man's a member of the
You're
English
talking about
Defence
and the
League.
imams who put out the message of Islam. Islam is not compatible with the views of a Christian country like Britain, and basically has no place in it.
Yeah, but see these Muslim extremists, they are the ones that these people have twisted the words out of the Quran and made their own thing up that to killing people it's okay. The ones that think we can kill people and go to heaven, that's not Islam, that's made up. It's like, for example, you've got IRA, you've got Catholics, right, then you've got the IRA. I mean, the Catholic religion doesn't tell you go out and kill Protestants, but you've got IRA. Every religion's going to have...
Islam is a cult. Islam looks in on itself. Islam does not look out to the world. Islam is only interested in its agenda. Therefore, I don't believe it has the credence of a religion. It's a cult, and those who follow it are in a blind alley. And basically, the status that these people have is basically a non-status. In my opinion, Islam and those who follow Islam in this Christian, British, white country have got no place here. Basically, I would give no visas to them, and those who are not prepared from now on to say that they are with us, they should go, they should leave, and no more should be admitted.
Right, the ones that are not
my
with you.
opinion, they would have no visas granted to any of them.
You're an EDL man.
Aye.
Why are you here today then?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, gentlemen.
Well, because you know how we had the 7-7 in London bombings that happened, and there was a minority of Muslims who had done that, and they'd done it under the name of Islam, and I'm completely against that because I don't think that is Islam. Our religion doesn't tell you to go out and kill innocent people, and you got to remember the 7-7 happened, it's been a few years now, we're into 2010 now. 7-7 was in 2005 it happened, and the EDL only started last year. So for 4 years nothing happened, but then they started it last year because they were wondering why the Muslims are not coming out in the streets and demonstrating against this minority who are doing the killings. And our religion says when you see anything bad you should go out and demonstrate against that. So why is the Muslims not doing that? So the EDL actually want Muslims to join them, and I've asked a lot of Muslims to come and join the EDL, be all one group and oppose to the tiny minority of the EDL. That's my appeal to the Muslims. Come out, join the EDL, because the EDL are not against Muslims, they're against extremists. We should be all against extremists because extremism, killing, murder is hatred, and the whole of Britain should be against that. So I would urge all the Pakistan, all the Muslims who call themselves moderate Muslims to join the demonstration and say we want peace in this country. And I don't see why they can't hold up the Union Jack flag, because it's the country as well.
And you remember the EDL?
I wouldn't say I was an official member, I just come to the demonstrations because they're against Muslim extremists, and I'm against that. And I think it's a duty for me as a Muslim to fulfil a duty of Islam, which is to oppose to anything you see bad. Our religion says that if you see anything bad or evil, you should speak out against it. And to me, the EDL have not been racist to me. If they were racist to me, I'd walk away from them, because I don't stand for racism. But people read the newspapers, I think they're all racist. But I mean, you can join me today and see I'm like a hero to them. They're not racist to me.
For the vast majority of Asian people in the city who will see you stood with the EDL today,
yeah,
they might have a hard task comprehending. They might have a hard time comprehending why you're there. Just explain it to them, because they should be stood with you as well, then, shouldn't they, theoretically?
I've asked them to join us, and the EDL was saying, come and join us, why don't we be one big group? Join hands together, and then we can be black and white, Asian, whatever, we can be all together as one voice, saying, look, we want one message, which is we want peace in this country. And then that will really outcast the tiny minority of extremists. But I don't understand why the Muslims are not coming up and joining them. They're welcome, the Muslims are all welcome to join them today.
Could it be that...
It's nothing to do with race or colour, it's to do with peace for this country. It's all to do with the country. I don't see why the Muslims don't come out and hold the Union Jack flag. I mean, I've got my flags with me. Ever since I was a kid, I've always, I support Glasgow Rangers, red, white and blue. It's a flag in my country. I was born and bred in this country. This country has looked after me. Why should I be against this country? My heart bursts with pride when I hold up the Union Jack, because this is my country. If I was born and bred in this country, why should I be against it? Don't these Muslims realise that with the floods in Pakistan, they could have been dying just now, and they've been in this like a heaven to them, but yet they're bombing this country. I don't understand. That sickened me when the 7/7 happened. I would say the Muslims should join them. I've been trying to get the message out to Muslims that the EDL are not racist, but they're all ignoring it. I don't understand that.
Maybe because they're seeing images of Nazi salutes and that kind of thing, that might put them off.
Right. See, when you say Nazi salutes, well, I can tell you that when they sing God Save the Queen, you would normally put your hand up. I do it as well. And when you sing Rule Britannia, you put your hand up. And people mistaking that for a Nazi salute. The newspapers are going to show pictures of that and say that's a Nazi salute. But I've been amongst them. You sing God Save the Queen, you put your hand up to it. People just say it's a Nazi. They got it wrong. They read the newspapers. You don't believe what you read in the newspapers. The problem is there'll be a lot of Asians here in Bradford today out just for violence. There'll be a lot of Asians who would just say, look, let's just fight them. We saw the race riots in 2001. What was all that about? I was dead against that.
Excuse me, wasn't a race riot? Wasn't a race riot in 2001. It was a riot, but not a race riot.
Okay, and it was caused by the Asians. Is that Islam? Why did the Muslims go out in 2001 and start attacking and burning shops and things like that? Does Islam teach you that? And there's no doubt the Muslims are going to come out and do that today. Presumably they're supposed to be fasting. It's Ramadan. You can't really be fasting and go out and attack people. That's not Islam. Islam is a peace-loving religion if you follow it properly, but a lot of them are hypocrites. A lot of them just call themselves Muslims, but they're completely the opposite. I've got problems with the people in my mosque, my local mosques. I'm actually banned from my local mosque in Glasgow because of my views. Just recently, the other week, they actually got the police on me in Glasgow and says they don't want him here because I oppose to terrorism and they support it. So I said to the police, well, if they support terrorism, you should be actually speaking to them. But they don't seem to be doing anything about it. And I call these people hypocrites. They're not true Muslims. See these people, they're going to go to the fire of hell. See these Muslims who want to come out and cause trouble today, they're all going to go to the fire of hell anyway. But as for the EDL, I don't see any racism there. If that's only racism there, I would sort it out myself because I don't stand for racism.
You're not racist?
Well, of course I'm actually racist, because I always turn up to these, and I'll get down Luton with all the other lads. So I'll call me 100% because I'll be a fucking hypocrite, wouldn't I? It don't make any fucking difference what you write down about me. I couldn't give a flying fuck anyway.
You just told me you're not racist. You're not.
No, that's what I just said. I couldn't care what these lot fucking say about me.
Hey, he's not racist. Yeah, just can't make your accent out. You're not racist.
No, I'm from Birmingham. I actually live right bang in the fucking middle on it.
So why are you trying to say he's racist? I mean, he came and shoot my hand, didn't he?
There'll be a fair few Asian lads coming down today.
I mean, I've seen real racists in Scotland before. They don't shake your hand, they don't go near you.
It's just a
They think you're poison.
It's a publicity gimmick.
You came up and shoot my hand, and they're trying to say you're a racist.
No, I'll see you on all of them. Say everyone.
They'll talk to me. I mean, all we want is a peaceful Britain.
Well,
You're not against Muslims.
well, no, it's just the extreme fuckers,
Extremists, right?
The ones that, always generally publicise on everything and show the news that you watch on YouTube.
And they're not even Muslims. We don't call them Muslims. We call them human beings. They're against Islam.
I mean,
they call themselves Muslims, but they're not.
If I'm supposed to be an extreme racist like all you lot portray, how comes that I'm standing here on my fucking own in the middle on you?
See the people who done the 7-7, they're not Muslims. They just call themselves Muslims. They're hypocrites. They're going to go to the fire of hell. And I'm against them. And the vast majority of Muslims should be against them. All Muslims are welcome to join this march today. We want peace in Britain. We don't want division. It's not to do with friction. It's to bring people together. It's also you're fulfilling a duty of Islam. Because our religion says when you see anything bad or evil, you should go and do something about it. See when the cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad thing happened, the Danish thing, they were all out in their numbers. So why they're not out in the numbers here? I make that point all the time. And all we hit is a ball of silence.
Fascist scum off our streets! 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 Fascist scum off our streets!
Listen to you, just move that scale on you. You are getting excused. Listen, go over there. Listen, go over there. Move out the way now, please. Move out the way. Just move it. Just move the guy. It's not just this shit. You've got it up there. Just need you back up. Put the